My name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job. Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel, or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job.
2 points for Ben Hall and Hall's Pledge. On camp, Carolyn Burns with Dali tapping Fortissimo. Number 5, Aaron Willis and Hazelwood Anzac is at the gate. 6 will be Megan McIntosh. 7, James Moorhead. 8, Patrick Shanahan. 9, Brent Trotter. 10, Paul Keating. 11, Tony Menkins. And number 12 will be Brandon Holland. Cutout score of 22 for Carolyn Burns and Dali tapping Fortissimo, 22 points for cutout. Aaron Willis and Hazelwood Anzac is on camp. Number 6, Megan McIntosh and Romantic Cat is at the gate. 7 will be James Moorhead. 8, Patrick Shanahan. 9, Brent Trotter. 10, Paul Keating. 11, Tony Menkins. Score for Aaron Willis and Hazelwood Anzac, 16 points for cutout, 59 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 79. 16, 59 and 4, 79 points for Aaron Willis and Hazelwood Anzac. Megan McIntosh and Romantic Cat is on camp. Number 7, James Moorhead, Circle Bar Congo is at the gate. 8 will be Patrick Shanahan. 9, Brent Trotter. 10, Paul Keating. 11, Tony Menkins. 12, Brandon Holland. 13, Joe McKinnon. And 14 is Wayne Bean. Score for Megan McIntosh riding Romantic Cat, 22 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4, 88 points for Megan McIntosh and Romantic Cat. James Moorhead and Circle Bar Congo are on camp. Number 8, Patrick Shanahan's Beldiva Condoleezza is at the gate. 9 will be Brent Trotter, 10 Paul Keating, 11 Tony Makins and 12 Brandon Holland. Score for James Moorhead and Circle Bar Congo, 22 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 89. 22, 63 and 4, 89 points for James Moorhead and Circle Bar Congo. Patrick Shanahan and Beldiva Condoleezza are working on camp. Number 9, Brent Trotter and Red are at the gate. 10 will be Paul Keating. 11 Tony Mankins, 12 Brandon Holland, 13 Joe McKinnon, 14 Wayne Bean and 15 Dean Warren. Currently running the New England Toyota sponsored John McRae Memorial Jackpot Open for Open Campdraft. Patrick Shanahan and Beldiva Condoleezza are working outside. They get a cutout score of 16. 16 points for Patrick Shanahan and Beldiva Condoleezza. Brent Trotter and Red are on camp. Number 10, Paul Keating's True Image is at the gate. 11 will be Tony Mankins. 12, Brandon Holland. 13, Joe McKinnon. 14, Wayne Bean. 15, Dean Warren. And 16 will be Will Durkin. There is a top cutout prize. Winner of the cutout will receive a Yeti and an entry fee to the All Stars Epic Campdraft cutout. Sponsored by Faint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. Winner of this draft will also receive an entry fee to the Epic Open Campdraft. Score for Brent Trotter and Red, 22 points for cutout, 61 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 87. 22, 61 and 4, 87 points for Brent Trotter and Red. Paul Keating and True Image are on camp. Number 11, Tony Mankins and Cahoots Easy Beat is at the gate. 12 will be Brandon Holland. 13, Joe McKinnon. 14, Wayne Bean. 15, Dean Warren. 16, Will Durkin. And 17 is Terry Hall. Cutout score of 16 for Paul Keating and True Image, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Tony Mankins and Cahoots Easy Beat. Number 12, Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Kinetic is at the gate. 13 will be Joe McKinnon, 14 Wayne Bean, 15 Dean Warren, 16 Will Durkin, 17 Terry Hall and 18 is Andrew Burns. Cutout score of 21 for Tony Mankins and Cahoots Easy Beat, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Brendan Holland with Rosebrook Kinetic. Number 13, Joe McKinnon and Joe is at the gate. 14 will be Wayne Bean, 15 Dean Warren, 16 Will Durkin, 17 Terry Hall, 18 Andrew Burns, 19 Kate Southern and 20 is Sam Newsom. Score for Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Kinetic, 21 points for cutout, 61 for horsework. 62 for horsework, 4 for the course, total of 87. 21. 62 and 4, 87 points for Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Kinetic. Joe McKinnon and Joe are working outside. Wayne Bean's Time to Deceive moves on to the camp, and number 15, Dean Warren and Chisholm's Pepperjack is at the gate. Score for Joe McKinnon, riding Joe, 22 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4, 88 points for Joe McKinnon and Joe. Wayne Bean and Time to Deceive are on camp. Number 15, Dean Warren and Chisholm's Pepperjack is at the gate. 16 will be Will Durkin. 17 Terry Hall, 18 Andrew Burns, 19 Kate Southern, 20 Sam Newsom, 21 Cameron Martin and 22 is Ben Hall. Cutout score of 16 for Wayne Bean and Time to Deceive, 16 points for cutout. Dean Warren and Chisholm's Pepperjack is on camp. Number 16, Will Durkin and Mac Duckman is at the gate. 17 will be Terry Hall, 18 Andrew Burns, 19 Kate Southern and 20 is Sam Newsom. Bad luck, Dean. We get a no score for Dean Warren and Chisholm's Pepperjack. No score. Will Durkin and AMAC Duckman will be next to work on camp. Number 17, Terry Hall and Brex Should Have Ducked moves to the gate. 18 will be Andrew Burns. 19, Kate Southern. 20, Sam Newsom. 21, Cameron Martin. 22 is Ben Hall. 23, Carl Green. 24, Brent Smythe. And number 25 is Brianna O'Donnell. Score for Will Durkin, riding AMAC Duckman, 22 points for cutout, 60, 6-0 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 86. 22, 60 and 4, 86 points for Will Durkin and AMAC Duckman. Number 17, Terry Hall and Brex Should Have Ducked is on camp. That's at 17, sorry. 18, Andrew Burns and Binia Idaho is at the gate. 19 will be Kate Southern. 20, Sam Newsom. 21, Cameron Martin. Bad luck, Terry. We get a no score for Terry Hall and Brex Should Have Ducked. No score. (18) Andrew Burns and Binia Idaho will be next on camp. 19, Kate Southern's Aaron Mr. Metallic will move to the gate. 20 is Sam Newsom. 21, Cameron Martin. 22, Ben Hall. 23, Carl Green. 24, Brent Smythe. And 25 is Brianna O'Donnell. Currently running the first round, New England Toyota Jackpot Open for Open Campdraft. The final will follow this Open for Open first round. There will be a final. Following this first round goes down to 93 in the draw. 93 competitors in the first round. It'll be followed by the final. Winner of this Open for Open Campdraft will receive an entry fee to the Epic Open Campdraft. There is also a top cutout prize sponsored by Faint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. Very big thank you to those cutout sponsors. The winner of the cutout will receive a Yeti and an entry fee to the All Stars Epic Campdraft cutout. Very big thank you to the sponsors of our Jackpot Open for Open Campdraft. Cutout score of 21 for Andrew Burns and Binia Idaho, 21 points for cutout. Kate Southern and Aaron Mr. Metallic is on camp. Number 20 is a scratch in. 20 is out, so we'll have 22 Ben Hall and Chisholm's Cash. So 21, Cameron Martin, you'll be next in. Cameron Martin will be next in at the gate, then 22. Ben Hall, 23, Carl Green, 24, Brent Smythe, 25, Brianna O'Donnell, 26, Dan Condon, and 27 is Dean Jones. Cutout score of 22 for Kate Southern and Erin Mr Metallic, 22 points for cutout. Number 20 not there. We have 21 Cameron Martin and Spirit on camp. 22 Ben Hall and Chisholm's Cash is at the gate. 23 will be Carl Green. 24 Brent Smythe. 25 Brianna O'Donnell. 26 Dan Condon. 27 Dean Jones and 28 is Ben Newbury. Just like to thank Mark and Camilla Tonkin for kindly loaning the cattle being used in this open for open camp draft. Very big thank you to Mark and Camilla Tonkin of Tarawonga Pastoral, kindly loaning the cattle. Cutout score of 22 for Cameron Martin and Spirit, 22 points for cutout. Ben Hall and Chisholm's Cash on camp. Number 23, Carl Green and Contro is at the gate. 24 will be Brent Smythe. 25, Brianna O'Donnell. 26, Dan Condon. 27, Dean Jones. 28, Ben Newbury. 29, Campbell Martin. And 30 is Jack Southern. Cutout score of 21 for Ben Hall and Chisholm's Cash, 21 points for cutout. Carl Green and Contro are on camp. Number 24, Brent Smythe and Leonard is at the gate. 25 will be Brianna O'Donnell, 26 Dan Condon, 27 Dean Jones, 28 Ben Newbury and 29 Campbell Martin. We have 2 to run in the change. Carl, then Brent, 2 competitors to run, and then we'll get a fresh yard for 25, Brianna O'Donnell. Bad luck, Carl. We get a no score for Carl Green and Contro. No score. Brent Smythe's Leonard will be next on camp. Then we'll have a change of yard following Brent. Fresh yard for number 25, Brianna O'Donnell and Blue Steel will be at the gate. 26 is Dan Condon, 27 Dean Jones, 28 Ben Newbury, 29 Campbell Martin, 30 Jack Southern, 31 Cody Law, 32 Wayne Bean and 33 is Cal Gibson. Cutout score of 22. We have a change of yard now, thanks. Change of yard, thanks, fellas. Fresh yard. Fresh yard required. Cutout score of 22 for Brent Smythe and Leonard. Just getting a fresh yard. Number 25, Brianna O'Donnell and Blue Steel will be next to work on camp. 26, Dan Condon and Chick will move to the gate. 27 is Dean Jones. 28, Ben Newbury. 29, Campbell Martin. 30, Jack Southern. 31, Cody Law. And 32 is Wayne Bean. Goes down to 93 in the draw. 93 competitors. First round of the Open for Open Camp Draft. Final will follow this first round. Very big thank you to New England Toyota for sponsoring this John McRae Memorial Open for Open Camp Draft. Winner of this Open for Open Camp Draft will receive an entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. There is also a top cutout prize. Winner of the cutout receives a Yeti and an entry fee to the All Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. That's sponsored by Faint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. Very big thank you to those sponsors. Jackpot Open for Open Camp Draft. Also like to thank Mark and Camilla Tonkin for the loan of the cattle and our judge, Mr. David Gouls. Cutout score of 20 for Brianna O'Donnell and Blue Steel. 20 points for cutout. Dan Condon and Chick are working outside. Number 27, Dean Jones and Wild Bill moves on to the camp. 28, Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz, he'll be at the gate. 29 is Campbell Martin. 30, Jack Southern. 31, Cody Law. 32, Wayne Bean. And 33, Cal Gibson. Cutout score of 21 for Dan Condon and Chick, 21 points for cutout. Dean Jones and Wild Bill is on camp. Number 28, Ben Newbury's Coolum Quartz is at the gate. 29 will be Campbell Martin, 30 Jack Southern, 31 Cody Law, 32 Wayne Bean and 33 is Cal Gibson. Score for Dean Jones riding Wild Bill, 21 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 21, 63 and 4, 88 points for Dean Jones and Wild Bill. Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz working outside. Campbell Martin's Minor Aiken 2 moves on to the camp. Number 30 Jack Southern and Chisholm's Bethany is at the gate. 31 is Cody Law, 32 Wayne Bean, 33 Cal Gibson, 34 is Daniel Imsirovic. Score for Ben Newbury riding Coolum Quartz, 21 points for cutout, 59 for horsework, 3 for the course for a total of 83. 21, 59 and 3, 83 points for Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz. Campbell Martin and Minor Aiken 2 are on camp. Number 30 Jack Southern's Chisholm's Bethany is at the gate. 31 will be Cody Law and 32 Wayne Bean. Cutout score of 21 for Campbell Martin and Minor Aiken 2, 21 points for cutout. Jack Southern and Chisholm's Bethany is next to work on camp. Number 31 Cody Law and Yarrawa Escort is at the gate. 32 will be Wayne Bean, 33 Cal Gibson, 34 Daniel Imsirovic, 35 Carolyn Burns and 36 is Ben Hall. Cutout score of 16 for Jack Southern and Chisholm's Bethany, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Cody Law riding Yarrawa Escort. Number 32, Wayne Bean and Expected Lace is at the gate. 33 will be Cal Gibson. 34, Daniel Imsirovic. 35, Carolyn Burns. 36, Ben Hall. 37, Ben Rossiter. And 38 is Tim McCarthy. Bad luck, Cody. No score for Cody Law and Yarrawa Escort. Next onto the camp will be Wayne Bean riding Expected Lace. Number 33, Cal Gibson and Gibbs Sneaky Cat to the gate. 34, Daniel Imzirovic. 35, Carolyn Burns. And 36, Ben Hall. Wayne Bean and Expected Lace working outside. Cal Gibson and Gibbs Sneaky Cat moves on to the camp. Number 34, Daniel Imzirovic and Highlight to the gate. Score for Wayne Bean riding Expected Lace, 22 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 89. 22, 63 and 4, 89 points for Wayne Bean and Expected Lace. On camp, Cal Gibson riding Gibbs Sneaky Cat. Number 34, Daniel Imzirovic and Highlight to the gate. 35, Carolyn Burns. 36, Ben Hall. And 37, Ben Rossiter. Score for Gal Gibson and Gibbs Sneaky Cat, 22 points for cutout, 64 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 90. 22, 64 and 4, 90 points for Cal Gibson and Gibbs Sneaky Cat. On cap, Daniel Imzirovic and Highlight. Number 35, Carolyn Burns and Hell's Angel to the gate. 36, Ben Hall. 37, Ben Rossiter. 38, Tim McCarthy. 39, Penny McIntosh. And 40, Will Durkin. Cutout score of 21 for Daniel Imzirovic and highlight, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Carolyn Burns riding Hell's Angel. Number 36, Ben Hall and Hall's Acclaim to the gate. 37, Ben Rossiter. 38, Tim McCarthy. And 39, Penny McIntosh. Go down to 93 in the draw. This New England Toyota John McRae Memorial Open for Open Campdraft. Here's a cutout prize on this draft donated by Yeti. Also sponsored by Faint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. The winner will receive one entry fee to the Epic Open Campdraft. Cattle are kindly on loan from Mark and Camilla Tonkin. And our judge is Mr. David Grills. There will be a final run on this Open for Open this afternoon. Final on this Open for Open will be run this afternoon. Score for Carolyn Burns riding Hell's Angel, 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 87. 87 points for Carolyn Burns and Hell's Angel. On camp, Ben Hall riding Hall's Acclaim. Number 37, Ben Rossiter and Melody to the gate. 38, Tim McCarthy. 39, Penny McIntosh. And 40, Will Durkin. Score for Ben Hall riding Hall's Acclaim, 20 points for cutout, 62 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Ben Hall and Hall's Acclaim. On camp, Ben Rossiter riding Melody. Number 38, Tim McCarthy and Raylene to the gate. 39, Penny McIntosh. 40, Will Durkin. 41, Sally Stevenson. Bad luck there for Ben Rossiter and Melody. He'll go out with a no score. Next on to the camp, we'll have Tim McCarthy riding Raylene. Number 39, Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whiskey to the gate. 40, Will Durkin. 41, Sally Stevenson. 42, Brendan Holland. And 43, Charlie McKinnon. Tim McCarthy and Raylene are working outside. Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whiskey moves on to the camp. Number 40, Will Durkin and Barefoot VIP are at the gate. 41, Sally Stevenson with Destiny's Playgirl. Score for Tim McCarthy, riding Raylene, 19 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Tim McCarthy, riding Raylene. On camp, Penny McIntosh, riding Royal Crown Whiskey. Number 40, Will Durkin and Barefoot VIP to the gate. 41, Sally Stevenson. 42, Brandon Holland. 43, Charlie McKinnon. And 44, Carl Green. Bad luck, Penny. No score for Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whiskey. Next on to the camp will be Will Durkin, riding Barefoot VIP. Number 41, Sally Stevenson and Destiny's Playgirl to the gate. 42, Brandon Holland. 43, Charlie McKinnon. 44, Carl Green. And 45, Bernie McMore. Will Durkin and Barefoot VIP working outside. Sally Stevenson and Destiny's Playgirl moves on to the camp. Number 42, Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Beyonce to the gate. 43, Charlie McKinnon. 44, Carl Green. And 45, Bernie McMore. Score for Will Durkin, riding Barefoot VIP, 21 points for cutout, 58 for horsework and 3 for the course, for a total of 82. 82 points for Will Durkin and Barefoot VIP. On camp, Sally Stevenson riding Destiny's Playgirl. Number 42, Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Beyonce to the gate. 43, Charlie McKinnon. 44, Carl Green. 45, Bernie McMore. And 46, Wally Ray. Cutout score of 21 for Sally Stevenson and Destiny's Playgirl. 21 points for cutout. On camp, Brendan Holland riding Rosebrook Beyonce. Number 43, Charlie McKinnon and Kellyville Mac to the gate. 44, Carl Green. 45, Bernie McMore. And 46, Wally Ray. Cutout score of 20 for Brendan Holland and Rosebrook Beyonce. 20 points for cutout. On camp, Charlie McKinnon riding Kellyville Mac. Number 44, Carl Green and Maloney to the gate. 45, Bernie McMore. 46, Wally Ray. And 47, James Moorhead. Score for Charlie McKinnon riding Kellyville Mac. 21 points for cutout. 62 for horsework and 4 for the course. For a total of 87. 87 points for Charlie McKinnon and Kellyville Mac. On camp, Carl Green riding Maloney. Number 45, Bernie McMore and Brown Highwayman to the gate. 46, Wally Ray. 47, James Moorhead. And 48, John McDonald. Score for Carl Green riding Maloney. 22 points for cutout. 62 for horsework and 4 for the course. For a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4. 88 points for Carl Green riding Maloney. On camp, Bernie McMore riding Brown Highwayman. Number 46, Wally Ray and Puberty Blues to the gate. 47, James Moorhead. 48, John McDonald. 49, Patrick Shanahan. And 50, Ted Fogarty. Bernie McMorran and Brown Highwayman working outside. Got a cutout score of 17 there for Bernie McMorran and Brown Highwayman. 17 points for cutout. On camp, Wally Ray riding Puberty Blues. Number 47, James Moorhead and Starlin Blues to the gate. 48, John McDonald. 49, Patrick Shanahan. 50, Ted Fogarty. And 51, Brent Smythe. Cutout score of 15 for Wally Ray riding Puberty Blues. 15 points for cutout. On camp, James Moorhead riding Starlin Blues. Number 48, John McDonald and Sweet Spin to the gate. 49, Patrick Shanahan. 50, Ted Fogarty. 51, Brent Smythe. And 52, Kate Southern. Very big thank you to Mark and Camilla Tonkin for loaning cattle in this open for open draft. Our judge is Mr. David Grills. And it's sponsored by Faint Equine Barrier Service and T&K Cryo. Also New England Toyota. It's our John McRae Memorial Jackpot Open for Open Draft. Is a cutout prize donated by Yeti, as well as an entry fee to the All-Stars Epic Campdraft cutout. And the winner will receive one entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. James Moorhead and Starlin Blues working outside. Jono McDonald and McDonald's Sweet Spin moves on to the camp. Number 49, Patrick Shanahan and Bobby's Roney are at the gate. 50 will be Ted Fogarty with Tiller's Tune.
63 and 4.
Score for James Moorhead riding Starlin Blues, 22 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 89. 22, 63 and 4, 89 points for James Moorhead and Starlin Blues. Had a cutout score of 23 there for John McDonald and Sweet Spin, 23 points for cutout. On camp, Patrick Shanahan riding Bobby's Vrony. Number 50, Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune to the gate. So we'll have 2 left to run, then we'll have a full change of yard. Run those 2, then we'll have a full yard for number 51, Brent Smythe riding Scandal. 52, Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger to the gate. Following Brent. 53, Ben Hall. 54, Terry Hall. And 55, Dan Condon. Had a cutout score of 22 for Patrick Shanahan and Bobby's Vrony, 22 points for cutout. On the camp, Ted Fogarty riding Tiller's Tune. We'll have a change of yard after Ted. Number 51, Brent Smythe and Scandal are at the gate. 52, Kate Southern. 53, Ben Hall. And 54, Terry Hall. Just hold up there. Ted will come back in for a rerun. Some interference on the course there. Break out of the pen, so we'll have Ted Fogarty come in for his rerun. You'll need three beasts. Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune are working outside. Just getting a change of yard, and we'll have Brent Smythe and Scandal move on to the camp. Number 52, Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger at the gate. 53, Ben Hall. 54, Terry Hall.
60 and 4.
Score for Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune, 22 points for cutout. 60-6-0 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune. Brent Smythe and Scandal working outside. Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger moves onto the camp. 53, Ben Hall and Hall's Cosmo to the gate. Score for Brent Smythe, riding Scandal, 16 points for cutout, 65 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 85. 85 points for Brent Smythe, riding Scandal. Get a bit of a breeze. Cutout score of 23 there for Kate Southern, riding She's a Blue Badger, 23 points for cutout. On camp, Ben Hall riding Hall's Cosmo. Number 54, Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer to the gate. 55, Dan Condon. 56, Tony Mankins. 57, Mitchell Hoy. And 58, Carolyn Burns. Ben Hall and Hall's Cosmo working outside. Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer moves on to the camp. Number 55, Dan Condon, Gypsy Man to the gate. 56, Tony Mankins. 57, Mitchell Hoy. And 58, Carolyn Burns. Score for Ben Hall, riding Hall's Cosmo, 16 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 83. 83 points for Ben Hall and Hall's Cosmo. Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer working outside. Dan Condon and Gypsy Man moves on to the camp. Number 56, Tony Mankins and Delilah to the gate. 57, Mitchell Hoy. 58, Carolyn Burns. Score for Terry Hall, riding Hazelwood Composer, 23 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 90. 23, 63 and 4, 90 points for Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer. Bad luck there. We
Tony, are you on?
have a no score for Dan Condon and Gypsy Man.
We had
Score for Tony Mankins, riding Delilah, 22 points for cutout, 59 for horsework and 3 for the course, for a total of 84. 84 points for Tony Mankins, riding Delilah. On camp, Mitchell Hoy, riding Smart Times. Number 58, Carolyn Burns and Yulgabar Baby Rock to the gate. 59, Tyler Palmer. 60, Scott Beaumont. 61, Jack Southern. And 62, Will Durkin. Mitchell Hoy and Smart Times working outside. Carolyn Burns and Yulgabar Baby Rock move on to the camp. Number 59, Tyler Palmer and Razor at the gate. Get a cutout score of 21 there for Mitchell Hoy riding Smart Times. 21 points for cutout. Cutout score of 16 for Carolyn Burns and Yulga Bar Baby Rock. 16 points for cutout. On camp, Tyler Palmer riding Razor. Number 60, Scott Beaumont and Icon to the gate. 61, Jack Southern. 62, Will Durkin. And 63, Jack Morris. Cutout score of 16 for Tyler Palmer riding Razor. 16 points for cutout. On camp, Scotty Beaumont riding Icon. Number 61, Jack Southern and Rays a Boonsmall to the gate. Bad luck, Scotty. No score for Scott Beaumont and Icon. Next on to the camp will be Jack Southern riding Razor Boomsmall. Number 62, Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian to the gate. 63, Jack Morris. 64, Carl Green. 65, Wayne Bean. Score for Jack Southern, riding Razor Boom Small, 20 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 87. 87 points for Jack Southern and Razor Boom Small. On camp, Will Durkin, riding Cantor Park Guardian. Number 63, Jack Morrison, Housekeeper's Playmate. Now moves on to the camp with Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian working outside. We'll have number 64, Carl Green and Homeboy to the gate. Get a cutout score of 21 there for Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian. 21 points for cutout. On camp is Jack Morris, riding Housekeeper's Playmate. Number 64, Carl Green and Homeboy to the gate. 65, Wayne Bean. 66, Dean Warren. And 67, Ben Hall. Cutout score of 17 for Jack Morris and Housekeeper's Playmate. 17 points for cutout. Bad luck, Carl Green and Homeboy go out with a no score. Next on to the camp will be Wayne Bean riding 20X. Number 66, Dean Warren and Spider-Man to the gate. 67, Ben Hall. 68, Cameron Martin. 69, Ben Hill. And 70, Ryan Dillon. Wayne Bean and 20X working outside. Dean Warren and Spider-Man moves on to the camp. Number 67, Ben Hall and hauls Emma Rio to the gate. Get a cutout score of 16 there for Wayne Bean and 20X. 16 points for cutout. On camp, Dean Warren riding Spider-Man. Number 67, Ben Hall and hauls Emma Rio to the gate. 68, Cameron Martin. 69, Ben Hill. And 70, Ryan Dillon.
20.
Cutout score of 20 for Dean Warren and Spider-Man. 20 points for cutout. Take this moment to thank our sponsors in this Jackpot Open for Open Draft, New England Toyota, Baint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. Winner will receive one entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. There is a cutout prize, a Yeti going to our cutout winner. That's donated by Outdoor Supply Co. Cutout winner also receiving an entry fee to the All-Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. John McRae Memorial Open for Open Camp Draft. Go down to 94 in the draw, then there will be a final to follow. Final to follow this first round. On camp is number 67, Ben Hall, riding Hall's Emma Rio. 68, Cameron Martin and True Class Pizzazz are at the gate. 69, Ben Hill, and 70, Ryan Dillon. Very big thank you to Mark and Camilla Tonkin for loaning the cattle. Just remind competitors, in the interest of looking after the cattle, there is a red line about 2/3 way down the camp along the fence. We can make sure we're not pushing the cattle down into the back fence. No knocking the cattle around or running them into the back fence. Get down past that red line. It's time to pull up. Cutout score of 16 for Ben Hall and Hall's Emma Rio, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Cameron Martin riding True Class Pizzazz. Number 69, Ben Hill and Jewel to the gate. 70, Ryan Dillon. 71, Brandon Holland. 72, Bonnie Brown. And 73, Jess Wickham. Score for Cameron Martin riding True Class Pizzazz, 22 points for cutout, 62 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 88. 88 points for Cameron Martin and True Class Pizzazz. On camp, Ben Hill riding Jewel. Number 70, Ryan Dillon and Original Sin to the gate. 71, Brandon Holland. 72, Bonnie Brown. 73, Jess Wickham. And 74, Ben Newbury. Score for Ben Hill riding Jewel, 21 points for cutout, 59 for horsework and 3 for the course, for a total of 83. 83 points for Ben Hill riding Jewel.
21, 2-1.
Ryan Dillon and Original Sin working outside. They go out with a cutout score of 21 points for Ryan Dillon and Original Sin. On camp, Brandon Holland riding Sunny Mia Vendetta. Number 72, Bonnie Brown and Shotgun to the gate. 73, Jess Wickham. 74, Ben Newbury. And 75, Todd Hammond. Score for Brendan Holland, riding Sunny Mia Vendetta, 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 87. 87 points for Brendan Holland and Sunny Mia Vendetta. On the camp, Bonnie Brown riding shotgun. Number 73, Jess Wickham and Ruby to the gate. 74, Ben Newbury. 75, Todd Hammond. And 76, Brent Smythe. Cutout score of 15 for Bonnie Brown riding shotgun, 15 points for cutout. On camp, Jess Wickham riding Ruby. Number 74, Ben Newbury and Right Way Noon Rosebud to the gate. We've got 2 left to run, then we'll have a full change of yard. Run these 2. Next one's in will be a full yard for number 75, Todd Hammond with Condoleezza Acres. 76, Brent Smythe. 77, Andrew Burns. And 78, Jack Black. Cutout score of 16 for Jess Wickham riding Ruby, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Ben Newbury riding Right Way Noon Rosebud. We'll have a change of yard after Ben for number 75, Todd Hammond and Condoleezza Acres at the gate. 76, Brent Smythe. 77, Andrew Burns. 78, Jack Black. 79, Kate Southern. And 80, Ben Hall. Cutout score of 16 for Ben Newbury and Right Way Noon Rosebud. 16 points for cutout. Just getting a change of yard. Next up will be Todd Hammond riding Condoleezza Acres. Number 76, Brent Smythe and Shania to the gate. 77, Andrew Burns. 78, Jack Black. Score for Todd Hammond, riding Condoleezza Acres, 23 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 90. 23, 63 and 4, 90 points for Todd Hammond and Condoleezza Acres. On camp, Brent Smythe, riding Shania. Number 77, Andrew Burns and Miss Briggan Freck to the gate. 78, Jack Black. 79, Kate Southern. 80, Ben Hall. And 81, Jack Gallagher. Score for Brent Smythe, riding Shania, 21 points for cutout, 59 for horsework and 3 for the course, for a total of 83. 83 points for Brent Smythe, riding Shania. On camp, Andrew Burns, riding Miss Briggan Freck. Number 78, Jack Black and Demon to the gate. Jack Black and Demon now move on to the camp. We had a cutout score of 20 there for Andrew Burns and Miss Briggan Freck. 20 points for cutout. On camp is Jack Black with Demon. Number 79, Kate Southern and Ali Flotus to the gate. 80, Ben Hall. 81, Jack Gallagher. 82, Eloise Clare. And 83, Will Durkin. Cutout score of 20 for Jack Black, riding Demon. 20 points for cutout. On camp, Kate Southern, riding Ali Flotus. Number 80, Ben Hall and Hall's El Toreo to the gate. '81, Jack Gallagher. 82, Eloise Clare. And 83, Will Durkin. Cutout score of 22 for Kate Southern and Ali Flotus. 22 points for cutout. Cutout score is 17 for Ben Hall and Hall's El Torio, 17 points for cutout. On camp, Jack Gallagher riding Gold Ray. Number 82, Eloise Clare and Brown Duke to the gate. 83, Will Durkin. 84, Dan Condon. And 85, Daniel Imzirovic. Cutout score of 21 for Jack Gallagher and Gold Ray. 21 points for cutout. Cutout score of 20 for Eloise Clare and Brown Duke. 20 points for cutout. On camp, Will Durkin riding Durkin's Jewel. Number 84, Dan Condon and Montana to the gate. 85, Daniel Imzirovic. 86, Ben Rossiter. And 87, Bernie McMahon. Score for Will Durkin, riding Durkin's Jewel, 22 points for cutout, 64 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 90. 22, 64 and 4, 90 points for Will Durkin and Durkin's Jewel. On camp, Dan Condon riding Montana. Number 85, Daniel Imzirovic and Tango to the gate. 86, Ben Rossiter. 87, Bernie McMahon. And 88, Carl Green. Bad luck there for Dan Condon and Montana. Go out for a no score. Next on to the camp. Daniel Imzirovic and Tango. Number 86, Ben Rossiter and Miss Lorena Wood to the gate. 87, Bernie McMore. 88, Carl Green. And 89, Tim McCarthy.
One and 4.
Score for Daniel Imzirovic, riding Tango, 21 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Daniel Imzirovic, riding Tango. On camp, Ben Rossiter, riding Miss Lorena Wood. Number 87, Bernie McMore and Kirkby Stud Elvis to the gate. 88, Carl Green. 89, Tim McCarthy. And 90, Jack Southern.
22, 2-2.
Cutout score of 22 for Ben Rossiter and Miss Lorena Wood. 22 points for cutout. Cutout score 21 for Bernie McMore, riding Kirkby Stud Elvis. 21 points for cutout. On camp, Carl Green, riding Bushy. Number 89, Tim McCarthy and Sterling to the gate. 90, Jack Southern. 91, Ted Fogarty. 92, Jack Mann. 93, Tom Matheson. And 94, Sam Newsom. Very big thank you to Mark and Camilla Tonkin for loaning the cattle in this open for open draft. Also, thanks goes to our judge, David Grills, judging our 94 competitors running in this Open for Open with the final to follow. Thanks also to our sponsors, New England Toyota and Faint Equine Farrier Service and T&K Cryo. The winner will receive one entry fee to the Epic Open Campdraft. At a cutout score of 22 there for Carl Green riding Bushy, 22 points for cutout. Here's a cutout prize on this draft as well. Winner of the cutout receiving a Yeti. It's donated by Outdoor Supply Co. And an entry fee to the All-Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. Currently have 4 competitors on a 23 yard. We'll report back to you on if we do a runoff for that or not. We'll get back to you whether there'll be a runoff. We do currently have 4 competitors on a 23 cutout. Tim McCarthy and Sterling working outside. Jack Southern and Sooty moves on to the camp. Number 91, Ted Fogarty and Melody's Chick at the gate. 92, Jack Mann. 93, Tom Matheson. And 94, Sam Newsom. Score for Tim McCarthy, riding Sterling, 22 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 89. 22, 63 and 4, 89 points for Tim McCarthy, riding Sterling. On camp, Jack Southern, riding Sooty. Number 91, Ted Fogarty and Melody's Chick to the gate. 92, Jack Mann. 93, Tom Matheson. 94, Sam Newsom. Score for Jack Southern, riding Sooty, 21 points for cutout, 60, 6-0 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 85. 85 points for Jack Southern, riding Sooty. On camp, Ted Fogarty, riding Melody's Chick. Number 92, Jack Mann and Crystal to the gate. 93, Tom Matheson. 94, Sam Newsom. Cutout score of 22 for Ted Fogarty, riding Melody's Chick, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Jack Mann, riding Crystal. Number 93, Tom Matheson and Hector to the gate. 94, Sam Newsom with Norma. 3 competitors left to run. First round of this Jackpot Open for Open Campdraft. 3 competitors left to run. We'll sort through our numbers quickly, let you know what scores required for that final. Cutout score 21 for Jack Mann, riding Crystal, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Tom Matheson, riding Hector. Our final competitor, number 94, Sam Newsom and Norma to the gate. Had a cutout score of 22 there for Tom Matheson, riding Hector, 22 points for cutout. Final competitor on the camp, Sam Newsom, riding Norma. Cutout score 16 for Sam Newsom, riding Norma, 16 points for cutout. That wraps up first round of our Open for Open draft. New England Toyota John McRae Memorial Open for Open. We'll sort through our numbers. Be back to you very shortly. What scores required into the final?
We have 14 on 88 or 8 on 80.
Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job.